guy.
Yo, we can start the pre-show. What's your
YouTube channel?
Yo, Ja, we can't hear you.
I'm gonna subscribe right now.
Hear me? Oh my God, I've been singing all this damn time. Swear that this nigga Cody Rhodes is not going to win, and I swear that Dark Ken is going to get kicked off this show because he's sitting here and he's begging for Cody Rhodes to win, even though he knows
No, he could jack Cody
nobody's gonna
Rhodes
beat the
tonight.
tribal chief. I don't know why this nigga trying me, because he knows gonna see the defeat of Cody Rhodes, and the tribal chief's gonna keep
Just in case y'all were wondering, this is the most music Ja has done in 2 years.
I just swear to God, I'm gonna show you that you're gonna see it now. Cody's going to get laid down just like his dad. I shouldn't have said that, but I don't care because he's going to lose just like his dad with his fucking man boobs. I don't care. You can be mad at me, but you ain't gonna do shit because we already know that Cody Rhodes is a bitch, even though that his wife is kind of hot. I'm up in your ass over. I said, Brandy, come to me. Sitting up in your room.
This song was horrible. I'm glad you didn't tag anybody to join it. I'm glad you didn't tag anybody to join yet. This is the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast.
I mean, you got the same skin color as Genuine, but
you say you got the same color as Genuine.
You got the same skin color as Lil Nas X.
Dark Kent is wearing the first outfit known to New York American man tonight. We're not going to acknowledge his outfit at all. This is a wrestling podcast.
It is, but we rep it today.
This is episode 53, which means we've been going live on YouTube and Facebook for a year now. That's officially a year's worth of episodes. And I'm going to say thank you and you're welcome. And Ja's going to tag y'all, so y'all join. I see some of y'all coming in. Shout out to everybody in the podcast tonight. This is how you're starting your WrestleMania weekend. This is how you're starting. With us.
Absolutely.
You got it bad.
It's going to be a great weekend. The matches are lit.
Especially when you see
every card is fire. I'm going to say it. Every card is fire.
You're thinking he's going to win. That's a fucking lie.
How do I switch the picture from the picture that I see to you guys?
No, it's not. It's the pre-show, Kent.
This is the pre-show.
Why do you want to?
Why you acting like a hoe? Just because you want to see the winner, Cody Rhodes.
I want to say that wrestling feels like wrestling again. Ja can say Roman's going to win 100 times, and Doc Kent can say Cody's going to win 100 times because
he got it bad. While he's on the phone, seeing that crying over Cody Rhodes.
Tonight will be the only night where I'm not going to get upset.
That was a fire line.
It's WrestleMania weekend, and a lot of you think Cody's going to win, and a lot of you think Roman's going to win. So
nobody believes that shit. Why are you lying?
That's not true.
Nobody want to hear that filth. That is not true. Why you lying to our podcast and our fans too?
I can't do it.
Hey, I cannot do it either because we already know that Cody's going to lose. This is just a fact.
Are you saying he's killing it right now? This is the most music Ja has done in 3 years.
Exactly.
Nigga, that is a lie. I don't know why you sitting in there talking all that bullshit about me when you knowing you're a fan of me and Cody, but you gotta choose now.
I haven't heard.
Because I refuse for you.
Like 2 years.
I don't have to choose anything. All I gotta do is watch WrestleMania this weekend. I'm also gonna be watching Ring of Honor this weekend. I'm watching MZW tonight.
I don't care.
I might watch it during this podcast because the match.
I'm gonna watch you. How about that? I'm gonna watch you.
Like you are gonna watch me.
Watch you right now.
And
I'm in your house.
And then I'm gonna
be, bro.
And then I'm gonna be front row with the guy who has the second worst name on the podcast tonight.
Yes, you will.
Jaquez at Dynamite next week. And
yes, we are. We're gonna be at Dynamite. Hate on it. You guys see us live?
Don't
hate on it. When you guys see us live on stage,
I won't be there.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't hate on it. John's gonna finish tagging who he tagged. We're gonna start. Okay.
Just hate on it. Spend all day on it. Y'all niggas gonna hate on it, go hate on it, go hate on it. Yeah, man, you gonna hate on it.
Oh, they think. See, look, Cody gonna bring back the wing title, the old school world title.
I just want to let y'all niggas going to lose. You can fucking be mad at me because Cody ain't that dude.
Okay. Can we just not take the music, the songs into the actual episode? That's just my request.
But
You running man. I don't care. You running man. You sitting up here out here just fucking fronting man. I really just don't give a damn.
Didn't Cody?
And you can see my fucking hands. Give me a peso. Extendo.
Didn't Cody bring back?
I hope Cody goes to the hospital.
Didn't Cody bring back the Intercontinental title, the white one, the old school?
You know who Cody should bring back?
He did.
Cody is going to bring back his
relevancy because he's not relevant.
Belt.
He did bring that back.
He brought it back. He's going to bring back the classic winged eagle belt. Not for nothing. We can all agree that the WWE belt.
Stop telling us to agree with your shit. I'm not agreeing with a goddamn thing you say. You can go to hell.
You don't have to agree, but both of you have a right to say what you want to say. It's WrestleMania weekend, baby. Go with who you want to go with. I'm ready when y'all ready.
I'm going with the logical sense, not the fucking bandwagon.
This is wrestling. I don't consider it bandwagon. You can like who you like. Let's start the show.
No, y'all not allowed to like who you like. All right.
I'm pretty sure everyone's allowed to like who they like.
Ain't nobody allowed to like shit. All right. This is a Jota shit. You ain't allowed to like nothing.
Can we agree that the belts with the big W?
I would agree for you to shut the hell up.
The belts are whack.
They're never going anywhere, bro. It's the best form of marketing ever.
You're a hater.
Every time a sports team wins anything, they send them the W and they wear it proudly and market WWE.
They can still send them the belt after they win, but just a new design belt.
Nothing's better than the logo just being in your face at all times.
Yeah, wait a minute. You are 1,000% correct.
And before we start the show, I want to say there will never be a WWE Championship title with a Mets logo. Let's go.
The World Series this year, there will be. So what are you talking about?
Go.
We don't believe in the Mets. Nobody believes in the Mets. You gotta be high if you want to think that the Mets are gonna win something. Bro, you're bugging.
Let's start the show, bro. I'm excited. Let's get it. Yo, everybody share this. It's the pre-show. Thank everybody for joining us tonight. Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast, episode 53.
It's a wolf khakis.
If you're from New York and you watch the Met game, you already know what time it is.
Nobody from New York is watching the Mets game. No one cares about the Nets. I don't
think we have too many Met fans as podcast watchers.
We don't, because no one believes in that trash. Like we believe in actual things that are winning, like this podcast
tonight, everyone. Because this
is
not a baseball show.
Facts.
If you
we are a wrestling show.
Just drop a baseball in the comments. Just drop something in the comments to know.
Drop a baseball on your head.
The enforcer was good, bro. All right, John, let's get it, bro. These numbers running up.
I don't want to get it. I want to talk about.
We're late.
We're late. You're late. All right. That's why you're late.
You
know what? I'm gonna start it now.
Turn on your TV. Baseball doesn't need to be heard. They're not saying anything.
I'm not even turning down the television. I don't got a TV on for it.
I'm talking to Ken.
You know what I'm saying? I hope he does. You know what I'm saying? Because we about to start the show. And then you want to know something? Then we're going to start the show by starting the show. Let's start the show.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Yo, how's it going? Going great?
Ooh.
Good. Let's start the show.
It's the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast. We're here every Thursday night at 7:30. Shout out to all of our listeners, our followers, everybody who's tuned in. You are starting your WrestleMania weekend with us. WrestleMania weekend starts now. I am the bearded babyface, Jared All-Star. My music's at the QR code. Shout out to all the Yankee fans in the building. I might just leave this up for the rest of the night. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the cards happening in LA this weekend. They all look fire. They're giving us a lot to watch. I'm stoked. I'm ready. And yeah, now you can put them back up, bro. Listen, the crowd got us. And yeah, man. And yeah, so the other dude down there, what's your name, bro?
Dude, they call me Black Heyman, aka
We're not doing this. He ain't black nothing. Let's just clarify that. I ain't gonna do this shit with him. We ain't doing it.
Listen, it is the first episode before WrestleMania. Everybody gets to rock.
Can I finish? AKA Black Heyman, AKA RHODES, AKA WrestleMania weekend. Make sure and cop all of All Stars music. Secondly, this is the last show before all my shit talk. Either it's true or it's not true, right? So I've been talking about Cody Rhodes for the past year. Let's see if I'm right. First off, second off, let's go Mets. Third off, Ja, we're best friends. Stop being mean to me.
I would love for you to get hit by a bus.
I don't know why Ja doesn't accept your friendship. Like, it's crazy.
No,
I don't like him.
That's crazy, bro. We've been doing this for over a year. Like, we should all be past this.
I am cordial and tolerate him.
I think we're definitely best friends. But anyway, let's see what happens, man. WrestleMania weekend is stacked up. We got ROH this weekend. Weekend's packed. Starting it with us. There's no place on earth I'd rather you guys be than right here. Let's talk about it.
I am Jaquez, aka the Tribal Chief.
Thank you, Mrs. Haynes.
No, I will not be nice. I will never be nice because I'm what is known as an actual heel. I don't care for this guy below me. I am not his friend. He in his head believes that I am his friend. I don't even have his number saved on my phone. I don't even look forward to even seeing him every Thursday. Every time I'm about to get on this podcast and I see him chilling there in the queue, I literally take a silent prayer for God to watch over me as I literally have to deal with this pain in the ass in his shit takes, with his shit hairline and his shit fandom for shit ass fucking companies. Like, I don't know, a fucking sports organization known as the fucking Mets. And then bringing it onto my show to talk about the Mets.
It's definitely our show. Like, he's
my show right now. Okay, my show, because I am tired. I am tired of this Negro. Okay, this half a Negro, this Oreo cookie ass motherfucker who wants to call himself.
Putting a lot of energy into Black Heyman, and this is supposed to be put in the.
Not Black. Let me fix this right now. Okay,
I'm definitely Dark Heyman, so stop it.
There ain't nothing dark about you.
Quez, you should be the last person talking about dark.
Right? This should not be how we're starting our show. Our viewers feel this way, and yet Ja wants to be petty to start the show for some reason. Now we gotta wait for Ja to calm down so we can get cool Ja before the show is over.
I'm calm.
Ja loves me. We're best friends. Let's talk about wrestling.
Listen. I'm not Chuck. You're not Trent. I don't love you. We're not best friends.
Okay.
We're as much as friends as CM Punk is with Kenny Omega.
We're definitely best friends. But anyway, next.
So at this point, I think y'all know who Ja is. So I'm just gonna ask y'all to please like, share, and follow us on all social media. We began on Airtime, the Sin.com network, shot them out on Twitch. It is, I believe it's Jacques or Quez 3 or Quez.
It's Who is Quez? WHOISQU3Z.
I knew what it was. It's Who is Quez. Everywhere else is the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast. We're here every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Where else would we rather be but with you?
Away from Dark Kent.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk some wrestling, bro.
I wish you would wrestle with a fucking train.
John, is this the order you wanted to go in? You want to just start with this?
No. I told you. For some reason, my shit never does shit correctly. And bounces everything all over the damn place, as you can see.
I was like, we're starting with this?
No, I got it. Don't worry. Let's start with first putting on some nice music. Let's start with that. I'm on that background music.
I'll take your pancake.
Willis Wheeler, we're going to get you hype, bro.
All right.
Is the only heel currently on the show. I guess I would be considered a baby.
You're barely a bit. You're a tweener face.
And Brody Rhodes would definitely be more of a tweener. I'm definitely the baby face.
A tweener. Cody Rhodes has dominant heat.
I'm talking about Brody Rhodes.
Man,
Cody Rhodes doesn't have dominant heat. Cody Rhodes has white meat.
We do not have to discuss whack opinions because y'all want to argue tonight. Let's talk about some wrestling.
Cody Rhodes has white heat. Yep, he do. For someone who apparently ended racism, right? He has a lot of white heat.
Anybody else want to come on for this?
Let's get to the next topic, okay?
Let's get to the next topic. When are you going to shave all your hair? How about that?
You're getting clean right now, bro.
Clean. I don't. Give us a spin. Let's see that bald head looking like a fucking milk dud.
I'm rocking the baldy right now.
All right, so you're a whooper with a fucking Mets jersey on.
We're gonna let the chat give us topics since we're not talking about wrestling. Yet, huh?
We're gonna talk about wrestling.
Yo, Reese, what's good, bro? Yeah.
How's everybody doing? Everybody said, "Listen, I'm not being nice. I will never be a dark king guy."
You're also not talking about wrestling.
And WrestleMania weekend, and I'm trying to get hype, but I just can't. And since I heard that Vince is in LA for both nights, they're going to F things up. So there has been some rumors. Let's clarify that real quick. There has been some rumors that apparently backstage is in turmoil or wondering about the fact that there's been a lot of script changes for the weekly shows, things of that nature, things getting canceled, things getting rewritten. And apparently they're saying that Vince McMahon is backstage. Now they're also saying that Vince McMahon is going to be at WrestleMania. The man created the fucking thing, people.
But at the same time, he shouldn't be calling shots. WWE was doing
he shouldn't be calling shots.
I
mean, let's just go back to it. And what was it like last year when he came back around? They said apparently, Vince McMahon has no say so with the creative control, right? Then just recently when he did a fucking interview, he has nerve to sit there and say, "Oh yeah, Vince is around, he may have some say." So which one is it then? Because you swore up and down that the man was not in any bits at all affecting anything creative. Just want to start, there. Let's talk about the fact that Nick Khan is a liar.
This is why the internet has ruined wrestling. Because we can't enjoy anything as wrestling fans without ruining it for ourselves, trying to get every behind the scenes everything. And then we discourage ourselves as fans. I don't let none of that stuff get to me, bro. I got wrestlers that I am fans of on several different promotions this weekend, and I will enjoy everything. Ain't a rumor or a fact or a person on here or on any wrestling chat gonna give me any opinion that's gonna ruin this weekend for me. Period. I'm not gonna let these two do it. They're gonna argue by themselves tonight. I'm out. It's my weekend. I'm lit.
What I'll say is that Vince shouldn't be involved in creative decisions, but I do believe that he is because you have Omos versus Brock Lesnar. I feel like Omos.
You're still bitching about Omos versus Brock Lesnar.
Of course,
every promoter does things that we don't like in the sense of booking. Triple H brought back Braun Strowman.
Brock Lesnar.
Tony Khan don't know how to use Miro and Nick and whoever in this wrestler or that wrestler. Bottom line is, if you are a fan of a wrestler, then you should enjoy that person's match. If it's a good match, if it's not, that's what we're here for. To say it wasn't. If it was, great. We got what we wanted.
My only thing is, why would you waste one of the biggest stars in WWE history for a 5-minute match versus Omos? I think that's a bit move, and that's a mistake. That's my opinion on that. So I think Vince's influence made that match, and that match should be trash.
So because Vince McMahon likes Brock Lesnar the way that he does, to the point that we think that it's a romantic thing going on, you're assuming that he is in control because of one match that you just can't seem to get over.
No, I think that Vince McMahon had influence over the fact that Omos is in a high-profile match against Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar should never be wrestling Omos.
When has Omos not been a high-profile match for WrestleMania?
We have
Since his debut.
Dude, he was with AJ Styles that one year.
Okay.
And what did Omos do last year? Was last year the AJ Styles year? Right. It doesn't matter what Omos was doing. Omos cannot wrestle a 5-minute match by himself. He can't wrestle a 3-minute match.
What makes you think that Omos can't wrestle by himself? What is your hate with Omos?
I just don't think that Omos should be wrestling a top-tier star in a high-profile match at WrestleMania. Should Omos win the Battle Royal? Absolutely. Should he be wrestling Brock?
What are you gonna say when Bobby Lashley wins the Battle Royal on Friday night?
Bobby Lashley shouldn't be in the Battle Royal either, but that's Bray Wyatt's fault.
You're blaming Bray Wyatt for Bobby Lashley, not the creative. They couldn't come up with anything.
The match was already booked, and Bray Wyatt said, "You know what? I'm not doing it."
No. The match was booked because it was last-minute booking. Just so you know, you're constantly talking about how it was booked, right? And you're bringing up the whole fact of Omos and Brock Lesnar. So what you're saying is technically you wanted to see the finish to Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, correct?
No, I would.
You didn't want to see the finish to Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley?
Why? Because I thought that Lesnar versus Lashley was getting kind of boring, but I'd rather
Lesnar versus Lashley at WrestleMania would have been the best.
Thank you.
I thought that Lesnar versus Lashley was getting boring, but I would have rather seen Lesnar versus anybody else.
Lesnar versus Lashley would have been a better idea, but that's how you know that Lesnar's winning. Because if it was Lesnar versus Lashley, Lashley had to win that match. And they don't want Lesnar losing at WrestleMania.
Not at all. And Lesnar's going to drop Omos in 4 minutes. That's it. But I think
it's what people wonder what we were talking about. But yes, this is what we're talking about. But as far as him and Omos or whatever, look, I don't care. I am looking forward to WrestleMania. I don't give a fuck about who booked what match. I don't give a fuck if Donald Trump came into the WWE and said, I want to see Nia Jax versus Abdullah the Butcher and who can give another person a bad health condition match. Like, I really don't care.
I'll see Nia Jax.
I know you would love to see Nia Jax.
So what we got?
Well, you guys heard about that Matt Jackson is currently with a partially torn bicep. Now, the crazy thing is that injury here happened earlier in the Winnipeg Trios match where he worked almost the entire match with it. He opted to not get surgery and he wants to return quick. Surgery would have meant 7 months off.
Crazy. Listen, God bless that man. He knows that we're in the middle of building a wonderful storyline with the BCC. By the way, I hate the initials. I don't really like the name, but
I know you heard Hangman say BBC last night, and I just like, no.
It is a horrible name. That's all I'm gonna say. As I think it's a horrible name.
You're not a fan of BBC?
So they're building a storyline, and I think
why are you not a fan of BBC?
I think it's very stand up for Matt before I go to the surgery. Although I don't want to see him hurt. So that we can continue to get the storyline.
But why are you not a fan of BBC?
Thank you, Matt Jackson. The Elite versus the BCC is going to be a great feud. Heel Daniel Bryan. If you don't love him, something's real weird for you. There's nothing better than heel Daniel Bryan.
So you really are not a fan of BBC?
There's nothing better than heel Daniel Bryan. Absolutely nothing.
I mean, you heel Daniel Bryan with the BBC, right?
Nothing better.
It's nothing better than Daniel Bryan be with BBC.
Blackpool Combat Club, like those dudes against the Elite is going to be something.
The Elite versus BBC. Heard you.
Versus the Blackpool Combat Club. That's what I'm saying.
The BBC.
The Blackpool Combat Club.
The BBC.
It's weird that you keep saying it.
It's weird that Hangman out of Page said it, but hey, you know what I'm saying? What did they name? The BBC?
You didn't even say it as many times as you said it.
I just want to know, are you a fan of the BBC? Because apparently that's the name of the group now. BBC.
Reese gets very spicy. I don't feel like Quez is coming at me as much as he is Tyler creatoring himself and letting us know how he feels. And if he wants to apologize for hiding the men from us, and that's his business. That's his business.
Really? Why you said they're looking like Flex? Wasn't you looking for the in the same index? You want to go there with me?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dark Rose.
You want to go there with me?
I'm sorry, Dark Rose. I forgot that your favorite artist was Tyler, the Creator.
Yes.
And he just apologized. Sorry, not sorry, Dark Rose. Sorry, not sorry.
Tyler, the Creator, is one of the best rappers of our generation.
Sorry, not sorry, Dark Rose. Are you trying to tell us something too? Is everybody trying to tell me something tonight? Because I'm trying to.
I'm just trying to figure out why you're not a fan of BBC.
He's still doing it. I'm telling you, bro. You do have a Tyler the Creator type sound to you, and that is Dark Rose's favorite artist. I can see it.
Crazy.
Tyler, right. Kanye, like.
Speaking of injuries, Carmella is supposed to be sidelined with an undisclosed issue. And there's missing notions that she was pulled because of heat.
That doesn't make sense. If you get heat, good heat, cold heat, whatever heat is heat, you should be good to go.
What's cold heat?
Like, what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter if she's getting heel heat or face heat. She should be good to go.
So, like, she can't get feet heat, or it has to be face heat?
You know what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter if she's playing a good character or a bad character. If she's getting energy from the crowd, then there should be no problem.
Hold up. Antonio, I said that.
By the way, is the music too loud?
Is one of the best artists of our
generation. We got to turn the music down a little. Yeah.
Right.
That's what I said, Antonio. I'll repeat it.
Rio dresses like a middle school. I mean, hey. It's no different than what, the higher ups make these girls wear in the WWE, for their sexual fantasies.
Rio looks like a middle schooler.
Wow.
Getting backstage heat. Thank you, Willis.
There you go. That's backstage heat. She's on her Thunder Rosa.
People are talking about her on reality shows.
Okay. I'm just gonna listen. This is tea, by the way. I'm sipping tea. Okay. That show, which, by the way, I tried to tell everybody that I was watching it before it actually debuted. So I was actually part of the people that saw the earlier version of it. Right? Like last Saturday I told y'all?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And it came on right after the NCAA game. And
it was a sneak peek.
Yeah. I didn't even know there was going to be a sneak peek. You know what I'm saying? But I'm at my job and I'm literally just like, wait a minute, AEW's on? The fuck?
It's a fire show.
Yes, let's just say that. For all those that were talking shit about AEW, right? Let me just tell you this. Saturday, at a time slot, that nobody knew that this shit was going to play. Nobody knew this shit was going to be a sneak peek. I didn't see them advertise it. You didn't see them advertise it. I know you didn't see them advertise it. Nobody was talking about that this shit was going to be on television Saturday night. It came on. And you want to know something? This shit got 738,000 viewers off a sneak peek.
That's because the show is fire.
And the show was fire, but it was also following a basketball game.
It doesn't matter. You could change the channel.
Let's be honest here. How many times have they had Rampage on?
No. Forget wrestling and let's stop all that. Mm-hmm. Let's be honest about this. People barely watch TV. So if my TV is on for a basketball game, As soon as that game is over, I switch to PS5 or Apple TV, like everybody else in America at this point, and go to watch what I feel like watching. I can change not just the channel, the input to whatever I want to do.
But if you guys follow the numbers, Rampage has had its best numbers after following NCAA tournament.
No,
I'm not saying it wasn't smart.
No, it has. Check numbers.
I'm not saying it wasn't smart. All I'm saying is I'm not saying it wasn't smart. What I'm saying is that people stayed throughout the whole hour of the show. Which means not only did the marketing help hook them, the show itself had to keep them. And that's the impressive part.
But we have already seen how terrible the ratings for Rampage has been. Rampage has done its best numbers of all time following up an NCAA tournament game. Period.
You keep saying that, but it's not true. It's not a fact. Show me the numbers.
It's a marketing technique. It's definitely a marketing technique.
It's a marketing technique, but let's be honest here. They have showed. Shut up. They have actually showed Rampage after NBA games, NBA final games. It hasn't done shit for them. They would get like maybe 500.
Well, let's be honest. See that's the whole point, though. March Madness is the most watched sporting event. Period. It's more watched than the NBA Finals.
March Madness is right
Super Bowl is the only thing that's watched more than March Madness.
And Rampage has had its best numbers since inception after NCAA tournament games. That's an absolute fact, John.
It's not an absolute fact. Look it up. I'm telling you, it's not the case.
It is the case.
Okay. So tell me what they did last year. While you're doing that, just let me know what they did last year. Because they have legitly
Slap League's fire, Hill. Slap League is fire. I told them that. I told them I want to do it.
No, slap
hard, bro. Bass.
I mean, just watching people slap the shit out of people.
Bah. I'm with it.
As Willie Willard says, that none of the numbers matter anymore because the shit is false, because Nielsen is so inaccurate. I used to be a Nielsen home, and that shit don't work. I mean, true, because they also use DVR numbers now as well. They use key demos as well.
It was brought up, though. We technically already had the conversation how we shouldn't bring up these numbers, but it was brought up as a topic.
It was.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Because I felt like they need to just say that, because it's like so much shit on AEW. It was like, oh, this shit's going to fail, yada, yada. But I'm like, bro, like, they didn't even announce this shit coming on.
I asked this.
And it wasn't even wrestling in the fucking show.
AEW's going to fail?
And
yeah, people swear up and down is going to fail.
As wrestling fans, we should not care about ratings. We should just care about content. So as long as the content is fire, we're gooch. Let's not care about ratings. Because we're watching anyway.
You're not allowed to say the word gooch. I don't like you saying the word gooch.
We're Gucci. We're good.
I don't know about something about you saying the word gooch. Pause. So
well, it's the space.
He pauses that. He pauses that.
Listen, you're the one that want to say that you was a fan or not a fan of BBC. I'm not in that, right? If you want to be a fan of BBC, that's all on you. All right, be with Hangman Adam Page. You want to hang out with Adam Page? Go do that.
John, you're the only person who said BBC about 20 times this episode.
More than that. We might do a counter for next episode.
A counter for BBC? That's kind of wild. Oh man. All right. So for those who don't know, during a media call, because we are going to talk about Supercard of Honor. For the media call, Tony Khan has revealed that he will be retiring the ROH tag belts that were held by the Briscoes, and the new design tag belts will be revealed Friday at Supercard of Honor. Similar to the red TNT belt, the Briscoes family will be keeping the OG ROH tag belts.
Dope.
Now, it also came out that after the conversation, Mark Briscoe was happy about the decision. And everyone wanted to know what was he going to do going forward. Mark Briscoe is going to be a singles competitor. And he said that he would actually do non-traditional tag team matches. So like, the trios, the four, tag match or whatever. But he will no longer be doing traditional tag matches. Respect. out of respect for him and his brother and what they did, he will no longer be doing traditional tag matches. So he is now a complete singles competitor.
Dope.
It's gonna be fucking dope to see. So speaking of which, Cody, WrestleMania, this fucking guy is having a custom belt.
Man, this is so biased. I'm so sorry, y'all. The journalism on here is super biased sometimes. I'm gonna apologize for my host.
For me, what did I do? I'm saying he's have this nice little belt. You know what I'm saying? And for those who don't know, in the belt is the name of every company that he has wrestled in while he was away, right? If you zoom in, there is no mention of All Elite Wrestling at all. And it says Impact Wrestling. Because everyone swore up and now that, oh, this is for just the independent teams and just the independent places that he went to. When has Impact been independent?
I mean, it basically is. But
I don't remember them being an independent company.
I feel the same way Heel feels, but I'm just here tonight. I'm just here, bro. Anytime Cody and Roman gets brought up tonight, I realize I'm just here, Heel. Because I agree with you, bro. You can't see all the names on the belt. But what, you know, but hey, circumventional evidence and biased journalism live here.
No, I wouldn't say that.
the belt
It's kind of weird.
But from the belt that I've seen in that picture, all that tells me is that Cody has paid his dues and he's wrestled everywhere since he's left WWE. So, if nothing else, we can give him his props for wrestling in every promotion, winning titles in every promotion, and literally making his name from the time he left WWE till his time back. We have to give him props on that. He made his name by himself. Give him his flowers on that at least.
I don't know what that has to do with that belt, with the fact that he has custom belts every pay-per-view, especially. Well, next topic. Of course. Go ahead.
This asshole Roger Gary says, if Cody and Roman don't get physical on SmackDown this Friday, I believe that's the first time it will be two people in a singles main event of WrestleMania not touching during the build, right? Savage and Hogan never touched after they did the angle with Savage attacking Hogan to set up the match, but that's all I can think of. Spectators said Roman and Brock did it in 2015. Is there any others that you guys can think of where for the biggest main event, right, for a company's thing, have they never touched each other?
Hold on, let's answer this real quick. Do we call MLW independent? By the way, I will be watching MLW right after. I'm actually going to put it on during the show. No offense to our show, but do we consider MLW independent?
Absolutely.
I think it's a tweener.
I would have to agree with you because it's on TV. Most independent shows are not really on TV. You really can't name it. A lot of independent shows that come on TV.
Being on TV, it has to be considered a mainstream show, without a doubt. Oh, see, thank you, Hill. Me and Hill are agreeing mighty much today. Good to be here.
But as back to my question, Rock and Cena, they never got physical.
I don't think so. No, they just did that stare down.
No, they had promo battles the entire time. They never touched because The Rock obviously had his own thing going on. And the same thing with Cody and Roman right now. Dude, you don't need to fight in order to build a feud. Promos build feuds. And promos have built this feud. The promos have been incredible. And the feud is built.
Once again, this was not the point of the post, so I'm not going to elaborate on what you just said. You keep expanding on Cody's behalf, and that's fine. It's WrestleMania weekend, but we're definitely not. It's not a topic. Next, please, next me. Please next me.
So this has been leaked, and it's supposed to be the brand new title that Triple H has approved.
That is so fake.
This is a lie. This is a lie.
Dude, this is so fake.
This is a lie.
Next.
First of all, the WWE title, and many of us have replica titles. Nobody has more than heel. Like the actual WWE title, because of the actual like gems that are in it, the shine is different. The leather is real. That belt looks cheap. It don't even look like a nice replica. It looks cheap. It's cheap. It's ugly too. It is super ugly. It is an ugly belt.
Not my belt. Not my champion. Tell you that much.
That Snoop Dogg gold one, they said it was like 7,500, right?
Say what?
Yeah, they're trying to sell Snoop's custom belt. I think it's like 7,500.
The one with the weed?
The purple and gold one, the one that everybody knows Snoop Dogg's belt. It's only 800. Not that that's not a lot of money for a belt, I guess, but I thought it was like more than that. I thought like I 750. Okay, for some reason I thought there was an extra zero on there. It's sold out. See, this is where we're getting. See, the more y'all type, the more we're getting there. When things sell out, it means people are reselling them. So when I saw my price of 7,500, I believe that was my price that I saw. It was a retail price of $7,500.
Someone bought it on eBay, bought it at retail, and then realized that it was limited edition, and then 10x the price. Boom!
Make that money. I'm not buying it for. I'm not doing it.
So you want to buy this belt?
Absolutely, stop it, bro. There's more to talk about.
You want to talk about like this guy? Garrett Gore sent out the tweet and then he fucking apparently deleted his Twitter. Don't know what this is about. Dear WWE Universe, I have a question for you to answer for me. And if universe full of rules that decide what we deserve or what we receive above our own honest efforts or selfish false entitlements, why do we continue to follow the rules if we are not in control?
He sounds bitter.
Sounds like he's trying to control his narrative.
Dude, he came back in as a top guy and didn't get over.
Whoa. We're not going to talk lies on the show. What top guy did he come back as?
He got released and came back as a top guy. Did he not?
No, he did not.
With him and McIntyre, when he got re-signed, didn't he come back as a top guy? Am I tripping?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Karrion Kross came back as a top guy.
No, they tried to introduce him as such. He never got over as a no guy. You can't be a top guy if you never get over. He never got over.
If they bring you in with top guys, you become a top guy.
Not true. You have to get over.
And he didn't get over. That's his fault.
So he was just a jobber. He was literally jobbing.
It's not WWE's fault. It's his fault.
It's both of their fault.
How is it not? Yo, you're bugged.
It's both of their fault. It's him for bad character development because he's stale, and that's on him. And it's them for throwing him in between Roman and Drew as if he could handle that, and he couldn't.
They brought him in as a top guy to get him
they
over.
Tried to make him a top over.
That's his fault. That's Karrion Kross's fault.
Bro, when Karrion Kross showed up, when he came back, there wasn't a pop in the arena.
Exactly.
There wasn't a whisper. Then you're not a top guy. You pop for a top guy. He's not. They tried to make him a top guy.
Exactly.
They tried to make him. They didn't bring him back as a top guy. They tried to make him a top guy. It did not work. It did not work. It didn't work.
And that's his fault. It's not WWE's
fault.
fault.
Thank you, Enforcer. They tried to make him. He was not a top guy.
And that is Karrion Kross's fault. It's not WWE's fault.
It's their fault too for thinking that the best way to do that was to throw him in between a rivalry that we didn't need him in. And if they were going to do it, they were supposed to go all the way with him versus Drew and then him versus Roman. If they were going to play it that way, they didn't play it that way. Creative dropped the ball, and Karrion Kross is stale.
So you left NXT. In NXT, you were super over. You left NXT. You didn't get over. You left. You came back. They brought you back on top, and you.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Exactly.
Now you're making excuses for it.
That's not what happened. He got fired from NXT. Then he went to a company that he started with all his redneck friends that failed, that lasted shorter than all the podcasts we love and adore with all of our friends. And then he got rehired by Triple H.
They put him in a top spot, and he still didn't get over.
Who did not put him in a top spot? Who put him in place to become a top guy? He was not a top guy already. The casual fans didn't care. We barely cared.
When he came back, no one gave a fuck about him. Let's just be honest.
Exactly. So that's his fault. If we put you in a top spot and you can't get over, that's on you, my friend.
It is, but it is not just on him, bro. That's impossible. To think that WWE didn't play a part in that is utterly ridiculous. If we're being
Vince
honest.
played the most part in that shit. We all should know that by now.
Next,
As much as people are going to sit there and like deny it, Vince is the main reason why all that shit happened. If they never would have brought him up the way that they brought him up, then maybe it would have been a lot better.
So Vince is the reason why Karrion Kross can't get over twice?
Wait, answer the enforcer's question.
Wait.
It's very clear.
Am I putting Karrion Kross in the same light as Cody?
Yes, that's the question.
Absolutely not.
But you said he's a top guy. Exactly. What's the next topic?
No. Because Cody left WWE as Stardust, right? He did his thing on the Indies and came back as a top guy. He made his name.
You just said Karrion Kross came back as a top guy. You just said that.
The WWE placed him as a top guy.
Oh, stop it, bro.
Cody
Your argument was when he came back, he was a top guy. That's what you kept saying.
Karrion Kross was never a top guy in WWE. He was never a top guy.
Opposite of what you just said.
Cody came back as a top guy, period. When Cody went back to WWE, he was one of the top 5 in wrestling, period.
This is what happens when you know when to admit that you're a fan of BBC.
He went back to it. He is Tyler the Creator that started a movement.
You know what? So this came from Trish. She said that the Mount Rushmore of women wrestling would be Lita, Bayley, herself, and Mercedes Moné.
Shade.
Well, that's not true.
Shade.
No, this is shade. You know why? This is shade.
Shade.
This is just backpacking off of Lita's comment last week. I'm just letting it be known.
Shade. Super shady. Why so shady? Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna be
play. I'm
not even gonna be shady with her because that's crazy.
You don't think that's true? It's not true?
No. Wrestlers that could be on the female Mount Rushmore also include, but not limited to, since I'm not being shady, Chyna, Charlotte, Alundra Blaze.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say.
These are females that I would add to this. Laura Fashawn, yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. We grew up with
Laura Fashawn, yeah.
These are females that I would add to this list. She can pick a top 4 if she wants. If she want to put herself in the top 4 with 2 moves, that's Lita's business. Like, with 2 moves that she took from her boyfriend's brother, like that's Lita's business. Like, that's really not my business.
And real spit, every single time Lita does that moonsault, she almost breaks her neck.
Wait, saying Sable would insinuate that Sable wrestled, and Sable never wrestled.
That's like saying that Miss Elizabeth belongs in the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, Sable never wrestled. Sable got stripped of her clothing several times. Wrestled?
Sherry Martel or whatever her last name was.
Sherry Martel is in there, but
you put Sherry on the Mount Rushmore?
Luna is Medusa. Didn't we say? Isn't Luna Medusa?
Alundra Blaze is Medusa.
Yes, Alundra Blaze, Medusa, the same person. Sherry Martel.
That's what I meant.
Medusa.
Alundra.
We'll give Lita a spot, and then
that was during a very whack time of female wrestling, brother. Like I can't give Sable that one. Sable
She
cannot
won
be
that-
considered a top 10
The match
female
she
wrestler.
won that in, I believe, was in the fucking bra and panties match, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Sable can't wrestle. Sable will never be a top 4 women's wrestler. She's up there in character.
Word. You can barely even wrestle, keeping Vince McMahon away from sex.
Elizabeth was a better valet than Stacy Keibler, so I definitely, duh.
No, Liz was the best valet of all time.
Well, speaking of the Hall of Fame, let's go through the Hall of Fame real quick before I get back into some other topics. But this is the Hall of Fame for this year. First inductee was Rey Mysterio.
Let's get it.
Much, I think everyone agrees. Much deserved. Much deserved, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, the Great Muta.
Absolutely.
Let's get it.
100%, 1000%.
There'd be no Oscar without him.
That's true.
Thomas
For our old school fans, Andy Kaufman.
Perfect.
Perfect, right? For the Warrior Award, Tim White.
I hate the Warrior Award, but shout out Tim White. Rest in peace.
Yes. I honestly thought for their first referee, it would have been Earl. But
I'm not a big fan of the Ultimate Warrior because of what he stands for.
We get it. I already said what I said.
Yeah.
And then last but not least,
Stacey Keebs.
I told you, make a statue of her legs.
Hot legs.
I told you, make a statue of her legs. They are one of the most iconic things in wrestling history. The Hall of Fame is dope. The Hall of Fame is dope.
So here's my thing, though. Okay. And I asked this question in the Yep, I Like Wrestling group because there was some weirdo who swore up and down that Stacy Keibler's she belongs on the Mount Rushmore of women's wrestling, and that she's basically paved the way for a lot of women in wrestling and all sorts of shit, right? So I had to ask
this year.
I had to ask the question, right? Outside of her legs, right? What has Stacy Keibler really done other than basically fuck the majority of the men backstage, had a failed relationship with Ric Flair's son?
That's a lot of personal information for somebody's Wrestling Hall of Fame resume.
And basically did nothing except come out and show her legs. And run behind
you, Hill. Once again, we need to bring Hill on the show sometimes too, because man, I need balance because this is a lot for me. Stacey is recognized as a valet, and we know her name. That's how come she's going in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
we cannot name more than 15 or 20. Casual fan can't name more than 10 of these females.
Here's the thing.
She's in the list.
What has she done that makes her more deserving than Chyna getting her own induction, or Luna Vachon, who's still not in the Hall of Fame?
Nobody's comparing that. Nobody's saying they shouldn't be Hall of Famers. But why do we have to throw her personal business out there to discredit her Hall of Fame spot? There are plenty of people in the Hall of Fame.
Jim Cornette did it. Why can't I do it?
We already know.
You want to be Jim Cornette? You want to be the black Jim Cornette?
Hell no, I don't want to be Jim Cornette. I would have never let anybody fuck my wife.
We already know why Chyna and Luna are not
the black Jim Cornette
in the Hall of Fame.
I would never want to be him.
Honestly, Stacey, to me, realistically, Stacey Keibler's impact on wrestling
honest.
That's great.
Really that's the reason why? Because she didn't sue Vince? Listen, the reason I say this for a reason. The reason why I'm getting on this is because I'm a fan of Chyna. And no, not because of her fucking adult movies. I'm a fan of Chyna, who was a wrestler.
Nobody brought
and was
this is very personal references whenever we talk about
because that's the no. Let me show my face real quick. Because for the longest we've heard that was the reason why they can't induct Chyna into the Hall of Fame by herself, because they're afraid of kids looking her up and seeing her porn.
That's the reason
nobody's never released that statement. These are rumors once again.
But it's absolutely true. The reason why Chyna won't be inducted as Chyna is because of that. If you Google Chyna, then whatever.
It does pop up faster than WWE.
Exactly.
Tori Wilson,
for example.
What about it?
Pose for Playboy. I can always look up her nude pictures.
So what? That is different, bro. We're not doing
that. Was under the WWE's watch.
Hardcore pornography and a softcore magazine like Playboy or two.
Question: Is Candice Michelle a Hall of Famer?
No.
Okay,
No,
I just want to make sure, because if Candice Michelle ends up in the Hall of Fame before China does, I don't want to hear no more excuses. I don't want to hear any excuses at all.
All right, so we'll wait for that day. Cool.
Well, I'll wait for that day, because my whole thing is Tori Wilson's in there and she's posed naked. You worried about people finding her not finding her nudes, but yet and still, she's in there, right?
Tori Wilson and China as well, and Sable.
Sable too.
They posted nude under the WWE's watch. China is not going in to the WWE Hall of Fame as a solo act because of what happened after her wrestling career. That's an absolute fact. It's just not going to happen. Is she more deserving than Stacy Keibler? Absolutely. But let's just be real here. Let's just be real here for a second. That's the reason.
It took a second investigation and national backlash in order for them to finally remove Jimmy Snuka in it after he killed the side chick. But yet and still, you can't tell me because China left, did the surreal life, had a porno leaked, ended up basically doing other stuff with television, decided to come back to wrestling, then leave wrestling, and then go into porn.
I think so too, Heel. I think China will be in the Hall of Fame next year.
I don't. And mind you, China was the person who was dumped by the person who runs the entire show right now. Right? That factors into it. China was dating Triple H before Triple H became Triple H, corporate H. So,
is Jackie in the Hall of Fame yet?
No.
Miss Jacqueline?
Yeah, Miss Jacqueline.
Holy shit. Wait a minute. I thought she was. Wasn't she?
When was she inducted?
I'm looking it up right now because I could have sworn. Someone let us know in the comments.
Is Liz is in, right? Correct?
2016.
All right, so she's in. Okay.
She's in.
Elizabeth? Miss Elizabeth?
She's in.
Mm-hmm.
Sherry's already.
I hope China gets some just due. It's a very touchy subject. We know that already. I don't know why we gotta go.
Because I know that she was actually the first African American champion that they had for women.
Shout out to Jacqueline, Miss Jacqueline.
And by the way, that list is still short to me for those who don't know.
Melly Mel's, we can actually forget about Jazz. Watch this.
Wow. I wish Jazz was in there to be the truth.
She was dope in ECW. She's not.
To answer your question, no, she's not. She is not. Yeah, she is not listed as a Hall of Famer.
What reason does WWE have to put Jazz in the Hall of Fame? I listen
Jazz is never going in the
WWE. All of that porn talking.
Oh wait, I'm lying.
What reason does WWE have to put Jazz in the Hall of Fame?
2016 Hall of Fame, Jacqueline was inducted by the.
I already told you that.
I
just told you that, bro.
All right. So Jackie's in there. So
I said that 5 minutes ago.
I didn't know. I'm sorry, but China should still be in there by herself.
She should.
That's just me. Eventually, who knows?
Jazz is never going in.
If Jazz go in, then Melina needs to go in.
Right, exactly. But now we're just putting people in.
And then Francine should go in.
Dude, Jazz was in the WWE for like 2 years. Stop it.
You know what? Fuck it. Put what's that chick's name? Summer Rae. Summer Rae deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
I'm sorry, Jazz is not as good of a wrestler as China.
If that's the case, put Sapphire.
Jazz was like up and coming China, but the black. No. I would say more like Raka Khan was probably like the up and coming China at the time. But even though, like, nah. Iron Mike Sharp needs to be in it. Heard. I mean, hey, Brooklyn Brawler's in there, right?
Brooklyn Brawler deserves to be there, though.
Why should he be in there?
Brooklyn Brawler, because he was an enhancement talent for like 15 years.
Wow, so jobbers belong in the Hall of Fame.
if you're a classic jobber, you deserve to be there. Dude, Brooklyn Brawler was a jobber from like 1990 to like 2001.
I hear you. So more WrestleMania news real quick. WrestleMania 39 is the final match on Logan Paul's contract.
He's gonna get re-signed.
Said my contract ends in WrestleMania. My rookie year is about to be up. A good rookie year. And they reached out to me and were like, FYI, we did not offer Layla Pons $20 million. I knew that. I didn't think anyone would take it seriously. I don't even know who the fuck Lily Pons is.
No idea.
Yeah, neither do I. Logan Paul will get a new contract. They're gonna offer him a new deal.
Dylan Matthew Greer says China is already in the Hall of Fame from the DX version. That's how they put her in at the end of the day. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. Because I legit said it like, yo, it doesn't make sense for them to only include her only because of DX.
They went in as a
She had a career outside of DX.
But,
just saying.
Logan Paul 100% gets
It still means something. Shout out to WWE for taking steps. They still recognized her. There are people who are not in by themselves that are in with factions, and it counts.
Like X-Pac.
For like what, 3 times? Didn't he get inducted with NWO too?
Yes.
X-Pac got inducted with NWO and DX.
I heard you. All right. Let me see. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah. There's a lot to bring up. It's a lot. Let me just move this up real quick so I can click it. Not this one. Nope. Not that. Let's just bring this picture up. DDP says, if I was Tony Khan, I never would have let Cody Rhodes go. To me, it was like when Eric Bischoff let go of Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I was like, no, not him. Not him. And we all know what happened there. Hot take a pancake, I guess, because I'm trying to figure this out real quick. Is he trying to compare Cody to Stone Cold?
Yes, he is. I wouldn't go that far. And I'm the biggest Cody fan of the entire world, as you guys know. I wouldn't go that far, but Cody's a big star, but he was getting stale in AEW, and they let him go. Period.
He was getting stale, and they let him go? That's what you just said?
Well, it's true, isn't it not?
He was stale already. No one liked him. He had go-away heat.
He was getting
They
stale.
were tired of him. He didn't want to try to be a heel. He wanted to try to basically be a face the entire time, even though it was like calling for him to be a heel. The fans turned on him. He didn't turn on the fans, as my co-host right there said earlier, in a few episodes a long time ago, I should say. Like, he's a liar. That's just that. He's a liar. I don't see him. No, I don't see him being a Stone Cold-esque, like, big loss. Like, do you?
No.
Oh, you're not gonna say nothing, huh, Mr. Babyface?
I have nothing to say.
I'm just asking. Do you, like, all jokes aside, do you feel as if Cody, like, or do you feel like DDP was really comparing him to Stone Cold when he was under the WCW?
No, I think he was just talking about Cody for who Cody is.
But here's the thing: we all, for those who do know what he's talking about when he was stunning Steve Austin, correct? All right. Now, did you see Stone Cold as that guy when he was stunning Steve Austin?
I never saw stunning Steve Austin. Like, even if I did while I was younger watching WCW, I never paid attention to him like I did when he was Stone Cold Steve Austin.
All right. Being a lifelong wrestling fan, nobody knew that Steve Austin was the real deal until Stone Cold. Because when he was in WCW with Brian Pillman, they were the Hollywood Blondes. He was not that great. Then he got fired, went to ECW for like 3 weeks. He was still not that great. Then went to WWF as the ringmaster. He was still not that great. No one knew Austin was Austin until basically King of the Ring when he popped off. So no one saw his potential until the potential actually came out. And that could be the same thing with Cody.
No, because Cody's been around the block way too fucking long at this point. He's been on the main roster. He's been under the main roster. He's been basically on the independent scene. He basically went to New Japan. He came back. He started his own company. He got fucking kicked out of his own fucking company because apparently he doesn't know how to actually run a fucking company or basically know how to even go for an actual championship that he should fucking go for because he apparently wants to be a dickhead. Is what it is. Now he's over in the WWE, apparently, you know, getting love from fair weather fans who apparently only like him due to the fact that he's just now coming to WWE. But when he was in AEW and independent scene, they never fucking liked his ass. So that's just that. Wait, are we comparing Cody to Stone Cold? That's literally what DDP was doing. That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, how did we? Where is the? I don't get it. Like Thomas said, I was a Stunning Steve fan. Austin was very good in WCW. No one took him for a headliner.
Steve Austin, we all saw the apex of Austin's career. Cody is at his apex right now. Austin, all the years previous, before King of the Ring 96, I believe, all those years basically don't count for Austin. So his apex was after that. Cody's apex is right now. So basically, if he doesn't win on Sunday, it's all downhill from here. Even if he wins on Sunday, it's probably still all downhill from here. But, like, we watched Austin on the way up. Cody on Sunday is on the way down. As the biggest Cody fan in the world, I'm telling you the truth. There's nothing better than Cody can ever do in his career than this Sunday. Whereas Austin, we watched him on the way up. On the way down.
So if Cody loses, doesn't it make more sense for Cody to lose now?
No, it doesn't make sense for Cody to lose because if Cody loses, he's never going to be there again. Cody is never going to be more over than he is right now.
I need you to understand something. Roman won that championship when?
Like 3 years ago. SummerSlam.
Exactly. He lost at Mania, right? Let's just clear this up. He lost at Mania, right? And then he won it at SummerSlam, correct?
Okay.
So you're telling me that you can't have him win this belt from Roman at SummerSlam to create the whole fucking full circle?
Listen,
because Cody lost anything this entire time he has been back in WWE.
He has not. But at the same time, I believe that if Cody does not win on Sunday, you cannot build Cody back up as a viable challenger for SummerSlam or for the Rumble the year after. Either we're going to cash in right now or we're not doing it at all. Because
no, that's just what
Cody
you want.
Takes L right now, he is defeated. He's never going to be this over.
Ken, this is what you want. In reality, it makes the most sense for him to actually lose at Mania. Do you not see the type of like finish the story, right? Wouldn't it make more sense for him not to be able to finish the story or basically feel as if he failed and now he has nothing to lose? So that way he goes all the way to fuck in and then wins it at SummerSlam?
I think his character will be dead in terms of...
You feel like his character will be dead. He's already been a dead character to me. Are you already know? I haven't been a fan of the guy, even when he went to Impact, when he went to fucking ROH, when he's in New Japan, when he was in WWE, when he was in fucking NXT, FCW, whatever you want to call it. I was not a fan of the guy. So I don't see this lore like how you see him in. But my thing is this: to make him more of a believable champ, the man should lose at Mania and win it at SummerSlam. All right, that's just how.
And I feel like the fans won't have his back if he loses at Mania. I feel like Cody is not going to be as popular as he is right now. If you don't put the title on him on Sunday, then don't put it on him ever. It's a fucking wrap.
I'm just looking at his comments because All Stars over here not talking, but then he's just commenting saying Cody should win, Cody should lose, Roman should win, Roman should lose. You know, so I'm just over him in his pettiness right now. Okay, I'm just over him in his pettiness. So we're gonna go to the next subject, so that All Star can join us, and we can talk about how the fact of word has it that Tony Khan has given Christian Cage the green light to appear at WrestleMania for one night only to compete the Brood reunion. Should it actually go ahead? That would be so cool, because apparently Gangrel is going to also be there at WrestleMania to come out with Edge. When we're going to get Brood Edge versus Demon Finn Balor. Yes, guys, the Demon is back.
I want to see the Brood.
I want to see it. Wait, what is that? What did Thomas comment say?
I want to see the Brood.
Okay, real quick. Cody should lose on some real controversial shit. Then maybe have a rematch the next night on Raw and have some wild shit go down and give him the belt. Give Roman his vacation. Raw after Mania needs to be good again.
So when it comes to the Brood, WrestleMania is all about entrances. So they're going to do a huge entrance for the Brood. Edge's entrance is going to be ill. Finn Balor's entrance is going to be super ill. So I think that's going to be awesome. It's going to equal the two best entrances of the entire.
I want the blood to fall again. I want Demon Finn Balor to be covered in blood.
Wow. Blood of the Vampires. Oh man. So back to Cody real quick, because it's WrestleMania week. What do you want me to do? I'm sorry. So apparently Cody also got into a backstage fight, but with Seth Rollins. So
Seth Rollins
he said, I've gotten into a fist fighting in front of all of our peers and management. It didn't happen. Him and I absolutely can't stand one another. I probably tried to rip one of his eyes out. I've had one backstage skirmish. I'm not going to name the guy. The good thing is I won. When I came back, this is early in my career, he was wearing one of my vests. Let me speak in his lisp. I had these special leather vests that I wore as part of my entrance. He was wearing it and kind of mocking me at the talent reviewing position. As I went walking towards him, I thought my dad is Dusty Rhodes, and I was going to headbutt him, but a headbutt seemed pretty violent these days. I thought, why don't I just grapple him? I had a good folk style Greco background. I got over, under, and swept him to the floor. I took my jacket. I looked like a jerk in front of everyone because he was probably just having a good time, and it was probably funny. I've only had one fight backstage, and I won that fight. As he finished the story. You're fighting over a vest. Yes, I'm making fun of the list. Yes. Okay, yes, I am. Because you're being so fucking petty. Get out of my comment section if I block you. How about that?
Watching the show, bro.
Thank you, Thomas. I know. He sounds just like fucking Sylvester from fucking Looney Tunes. Acknowledge me. Oh man. Oh wait, sorry. That was that's for Dynamite. But yes, that man did get busted open. What do we have here? I already did that. Oh yes. So Vince McMahon is reimbursing the WWE the $17.4 million for the investigation into his misconduct allegations. I'm not too sure why that got reported, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, guys. I don't know. Yes, this was about the Grand Grill. Sorry about that. I already said that.
That's what I'm talking about. Becky Lynch sounding like a Baptist preacher trying to do a sermon on Monday night. Sounding like she got bronchitis to the 50th power and taking deep breaths between every word she spoke. Something wrong with her. Something wrong with her. Thank you, Heel, for realizing that. Something wrong with her.
You want to know what else is wrong? Let's just ask this question real quick. Okay? Do you want Roman Reigns to surpass 1,000 days as a Universal Champion?
In my Becky Lynch voice, what I wish would be that I can't even do that. I don't know. I don't know how people talk like that. And I preach in real life. Like, I really do this. I don't know.
Well, you got to do it right now. Because that's just what we is now. In the name of the Lord. In the name of the Jesus.
Oh, damn, I'll get myself very difficult. Becky was definitely a televangelist on Monday. Roman Reigns, either way, like, I feel like if Roman loses, when Roman loses, it was one of the greatest title reigns in WWE history. And if he loses, he doesn't lose after 1,000, then I guess we just had to wait to 1,000 to finally say it was one of the greatest title runs in WWE history. Like, it is what it is. If he gets 1,000 or not, doesn't matter to me. I'm not necessarily a fan of Roman Reigns, where I know there are fans who want that, and I support that. But I just think either way, he could lose it tomorrow or next week. He still had a great title.
I'm a fan of Roman Reigns, whether he has a championship or not.
I agree. I don't think 1,000 days is a milestone that really means anything, right?
You're bugging with that statement.
Wait, why would you say that?
You're bugging with that statement.
Because he's already done enough to solidify his place as one of the greatest to ever do it.
See, now if I was you, I've tried not to say anything tonight. If I was you, I would really feel like, you know what, Cody is losing, because what you just said was so crazy that you have to tell yourself that to make you feel like Roman won't win, because to get to 1,000. 1,000 is very important. Scratch everything I just said. It's super important, because that means you held a championship for 1,000 days. That means you were the face of a company for 1,000 days. That means you were the man they fully invested in for 3 whole years. That means you're in a conversation with only 4 other wrestlers that have held the title 1,000 plus more days. You are now in company that is only said on a handful of wrestlers. Yes, it means something. Yes, it means a lot. Forget it. Roman's gonna win. I'm done. I'm tired, because evidently 1,000 days doesn't mean anything.
Roman's greatness is already
realized. We're talking about Bruno Sammartino's reign. You know that, right? With tons of star sacrifice, The Rock's hype not showing up on a certain show. Yeah, well. See, that's the thing. Everyone's going to blame The Rock. I blame the WWE for having to constantly rely on their old stars.
But they're not. This year's a fresh WrestleMania for the most part. The WrestleMania is backed on people who are going to be there the day.
Thank you, Thomas. I've said this every time people bring up Bruno too. Bruno wrestled less than Brock Lesnar did, but nobody's saying Bruno wrestled every month. Nobody's doing that. But thank you for bringing up that fact.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, hell, when you think about it, Roman Reigns has only had 25 fucking title defenses. I'm sorry. I think it's less than that. So he could be in the same boat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So real quick, trying to see if there's anything else I need to clarify real quick, because there is something I do want to get into before we get into WrestleMania, and that has to do with why did I keep clicking that one and it's just not popping up? There we go. So Wade Keller, a PW Torch, talked about the ongoing situation, saying the majority of the AEW locker room doesn't want CM Punk back. He has that maybe 1 or 2 of the top third of wrestlers want him back. The main situation is that Punk doesn't get along with Jon Moxley, Chris Jericho, and the Elite. This comes after your favorite fucking person, CM Dumbass, decided to make a post and then delete it. He made a post on his Instagram story and then deleted it, saying a whole bunch of shit, apparently how, Jon Moxley didn't want a job to him, or basically didn't want to put him over, and that he was asked to wrestle without being medically cleared, and all this other nonsense crap, right? Saying that Dave Meltzer's an idiot, and that Chris Jericho was a stooge, and a whole bunch of other stupid shit that he had wrote in the post. And now it also came out, apparently, this is from Wade Keller, that nobody wants you here comment from Eddie Kingston was kind of true. Keller adds that Punk also apparently doesn't get along with MJF anymore, which that's a shocking one to me because Keller says that he's not sure the extent of it, but their relationship isn't as strong as it used to be. Keller says that Punk going off on Instagram also hurt his chances of being welcomed back, though he does add that it does come down to Tony Khan, and Keller does make a point to see if the test the relationship between TK and the wrestlers or if he brought Punk back or not. You will never know. But as far as Punk going back to WWE, that's not happening either.
No, it's not. But guys, we've already established the fact that nobody likes CM Punk. We've established that. That's been established. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't take away from the fact that he's still one of the biggest draws in wrestling, period. So whether they, guess what? The fact that we're even talking about this means that CM Punk's important. You know why? Why are we talking about on our wrestling show about a guy who has nothing to do with wrestling who's just tweeting? Because he's that important. So,
all right. You want to know why we're talking about it? I'll tell you why.
Because he's CM Punk and he's that
important. Because he's making fucking noise instead of shutting the fuck up, taking his ball, going home, fucking his wife, and just being quiet. He hasn't done this since he fucking got into that bullshit that he did at the media scrum.
No,
shut the fuck up.
You're not allowed to leave, Dark Cat, because y'all are talking about CM Punk right now. You got to come back.
No, you're going to talk about him too.
No,
you're going to talk about him too.
Fellas,
this ain't about just CM Punk. This goes down to John Moxley.
Guys.
So Moxley appeared on his wife's podcast. And there's been a lot of misquotes that's been floating around the internet. Okay. So let me just tell you guys what was really said. The fact of the matter is, he doesn't want to talk about this shit. He's tired of talking about this shit. He explained to the fact that during the time of him holding the title, he wasn't even under contract. So that whole rumor going around about, Moxley's working without a contract, we talked about this. We talked about it. Said that he was just basically he was supposed to take a vacation. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. He was supposed to take a vacation, take time off, whatever, and he got brought back. Mm-hmm. He was working without a contract. And he didn't have a problem for it. He bent over backwards for Tony Khan and said that he was doing everything he can for the company. And said out of the many years that he has spent in wrestling, whether it's on the indie scene or WWE, he has never seen as much drama as has been inside of AEW in his entire wrestling career. And he says that maybe that's because of social media. Now, everyone ran with the fucking first part of what I said and saying that apparently, he's just saying there's mad drama in AEW. First off, it's a growing company. The shit's been out for 4 years. Every company is going to have their problems. We should all know this. I have my problems with Dark Kent all the time. I have some problems with All-Star. All-Star has problems with me and the shit that I say. And me cursing a lot. But at the same time, we're all going to end up growing. We're all going to be good. You know what I'm saying? Because this is just what happens. This is a growing situation. Now, let's just get into some shit real quick.
All-Star, I love your chain, by the way.
Thank you, bro.
As you can see, it says, Moxley's trying to drama annoying and that someone saying something stupid on social media shouldn't be news. You agree?
Yes.
I know we all agree on that. He said he wasn't on the contract with AEW during the entire summer and could have walked into SummerSlam with the AEW championship if he wanted to. He says no one knew because he doesn't put stuff like that all over social media. Said that he is happy AEW extended his contract because of his rehab. He said he didn't want to sign a long-term contract because he wasn't sure what he wanted to do after rehab in case of relapse. Mm-hmm. Okay. He didn't have anything to. He didn't have anything to do. Well, so he didn't have to do anything for AEW or even agree to any storyline that he was bending over backwards for Tony Khan, CM Punk, and AEW. He has nothing remotely negative to say about AEW. So after his year he's spent in the Indies and WWE, he's never seen so much bullshit drama in AEW. Haters getting dragged into drama. He said he's getting dragged into drama, and while he could unload, he doesn't want to go down that level. He said, not sure if it's because of the social media, how one person makes one drunk tweet and it gets blown out of proportion. Would rather people be talking about Omega versus Vikingo and how good AEW has been and Revolution. Says the vast majority of people in AEW doesn't cause any trouble because they're getting sucked down into the drama. They just want to get better and do their job. Okay, and that's pretty much all he had to say about CM Punk. The rest of the stuff that he was just talking about, like, he wants to do more stuff with Sami Callihan. He was kind of upset about what happened with Davey Richards and that whole thing getting canceled or whatever. But as far as the whole thing with CM Punk and everything, that's as far as he went in and said. And you want to know something? I'm pretty sure all of us here 1,000% agree with him.
Without a doubt.
The drama and shit, like it getting spilt on fucking social media, becoming like a big fucking thing, and then these fucking dirt sheets who report it, and literally they're doing it just to create more fucking fandom and tribalism within the internet wrestling community, causing more issues and more issues and more issues. That is the problem right then in itself. Now, granted, the wrestlers should be allowed to, express themselves. However, you don't have to constantly bitch on social media so fucking much.
Okay.
This is technically what fucking Darby Allin was talking about.
But if the problems are still persistent and CM Punk is gone, then it's obviously not Punk's fault, right? It's a toxic environment to begin with. Correct or not correct?
Well, he just didn't make the environment less toxic. That was the problem. He wasn't helping make it better. And that's obvious by the response of everybody after the fallout. He's still
the environment was toxic to begin with.
Yeah, but he's toxic himself. So he doesn't help being added to a place that's new. Granted, AEW doesn't have structure and they're still figuring it out. But technically it's still new too. I don't know how many of us on here have started our own businesses. I know I have. It takes years. It takes years to get a business going. And even after you got a business going, you're revamping that business. You're expanding that business is forever fluid. It's forever changing. So the bottom line is you keep toxic things away from that because you're too busy trying to build that.
There's a quote from Joel Osteen who once said, what may have worked 5 years ago is not going to work today.
You're not for nothing. If you're lucky enough to start your own business, don't expect to make any money before the first 18 months. You know what I mean? If you run your own business and you break even between month 0 and month 18, good for you. Don't expect to make any money, and shit is going to be an influx for at least the first 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Any small business owner knows that.
So I'm saying. So no, but at the end of the day, you can't just add somebody to a business that started 5-6 years ago. It's ridiculous. Unfortunately, CM Punk is just a little too toxic for the structure, especially for where AEW is at right now, to be able to deal with such a personality. And that's it.
And they shouldn't have to at this fucking point. I mean, granted, you came in and you started making a whole bitch fit about basically people going to business for themselves, and yet that's what you're doing. You're known to do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at people for basically pulling a you on you. You know what I'm saying?
You on you.
So someone named Jordan Patu ended up saying CM Punk is a terrible advocate for straight edge lifestyle because there's no way one could look at the way he has carried himself over the years and think he couldn't benefit from smoking a little weed. I'll take a pancake.
Next. We're still talking about CM Punk right now, bro?
We don't have to. I don't want to talk about I don't want to talk about CM Punk anymore either.
I want to get to the shows too. I want to tell you my predictions for Stand and Deliver. I would love to.
Well, I don't have any for that. I do have, however, ROH Super Card of Honor, which is going to be on tomorrow on Fight TV.
It's gonna be a fire show.
Let's just go down the list of some of these fucking matches because I don't know why Athena's on here because she doesn't have a match.
I'm still gonna give y'all my predictions to Stand and Deliver just after this.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, didn't wasn't Athena supposed to go against
She's doing that tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
But I could have swore. See,
They're
that's
probably gonna give her a match. She'll probably get a match.
But against who?
Somebody for tomorrow. Whatever happens tonight will lead to her getting whatever match tomorrow.
Let me see something real quick. No, she is. She's supposed to go against Yuka Sakakazi. I didn't even know that. Interesting. They actually have eight matches for that show tomorrow. That's one match that I'm missing. All right, so yeah, Athena versus Yuka tomorrow for the ROH Women's World Championship. However, let's see. We also have, which was announced after Dynamite, you're gonna get Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Daniel Garcia, Ace versus Red Death. Who do you think is gonna win this?
The American.
Wow, that's
what?
Racist. That's racist.
The reason why I say that is because if it's a toss-up and if the show is in America, I'll probably go with the person who's American. So I'm going to go with Garcia.
That's racist.
That is a little racist.
That's a little racist.
Thanks for joining us, Thomas.
Appreciate you, Brody. Appreciate you.
You
also are going to have Wheeler Yuta versus Katsuyori Shibata.
Okay.
For the pure title.
I'm all about Shibata.
You only say that because you don't want to go for the guy that was with BBC.
No, I mean, to be honest, I don't mind Wheeler Yuta. Like, I don't mind him. He's just, there's no reason to give him that much of an over where he beats someone like Shibata. Like, for those who know who Shibata is in the wrestling community, if Wheeler was to beat him internationally, he's super over as a wrestler.
Yeah.
And if we're going to give him that type of push, power to him. But I don't think Shibata should lay down for Wheeler Yuta. I don't see that.
Next match, which shocked the fuck out of me because I'm like, how the fuck they're gonna pull this off again? But El Hijo del Vikingo versus Commander for the AAA belt.
Fire. That match is gonna be a treat.
This is gonna probably be the match of the night.
Vikingo ain't losing.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think he's losing.
Vikingo ain't losing.
All right, this ain't him versus Kenny. All right, but it's going to be a fire ass fucking match.
He is not losing this match.
He better not. It's going to be a fire match though.
Vikingo's the hottest wrestler in the streets right now.
I'm trying to figure like if they're. All right, let's take a bet. How much time do you think is going to be spent on the ground without high flying moves?
Probably like 12% of the match. I would say half of the match is going to be spent on the ropes. They're going to be walking ropes all day.
So, reach for the sky ladder match for the new Ring of Honor tag titles. You have LFI, The Kingdom, Lucha Brothers, Aussie Open, and Top Flight.
We're going to see how. Now, here's what I'm saying. If Top Flight wins this match, this will be what I've said from the beginning. AEW is using Ring of Honor like a developmental brand. If they want to do the right thing, you give it to Roosh. You give it to Roosh and his man, and you let them be the champions. If we're doing the AEW thing, it's Top Flight. And then I'm going to be upset because it's exactly what I said.
Star, I was literally going to say what you just said. I believe that they're going to give it to Top Flight, being that they're on the cusp of being a superstar tag team, basically like the NXT of AEW. But if you want to give it to a solid tag team who can carry the belts, use the Lucha Brothers did.
Can't do that.
I'm gonna go with the ROH original, the Kingdom.
You would.
I'll go type 4.
Why wouldn't I? I gotta go with the Kingdom. As much as I want Lucha Brothers to win it, I gotta go with the Kingdom.
There's absolutely no marketing with that. So enjoy that, Ring of Honor. The Kingdom.
Wow. I'm Matt Taven.
Listen, nobody cared about the Kingdom. Nobody cared about the embassy. Nobody cares about these little fake groups that keep popping up. And y'all want us to care about from Ring of Honor when nobody was.
You gonna care about Joe versus Mark Briscoe for the TV title?
Of course. Do I feel like Mark should win this match? No. Do I feel like Mark will win this match? Yes. And I don't like that either.
So you think that Mark's going to get the handout, or do you think that Samoa Joe's going to retain?
I don't think he should get the handout. I don't think he would even want that. So it'd be weird for me if he did win. I almost think he knows he should lose.
Agree. I'm going with Joe on this one. And then, of course, this match is kind of weird to me. So this for the trios, the 6-man titles from Ring of Honor. We're going to have the Embassy versus AR Fox, Blake Christian, and the guy from WWE, Metalik. Now, the crazy thing about this is that you technically already know who won. Because as reported by majority of the dirt sheets, after SuperCon of Honor, Brian Cage will be reportedly done with AEW and Ring of Honor.
I heard.
So what you're telling me is that we're going to have this makeshift tag team of AR Fox, Blake Christian, and Metalik as your new 6-man title holders. Well, because where AR Fox was teaming with Top Flight. This is the only problem I have with this fucking card, okay? The only problem I have with this card.
No, just say with it's not this card, it's Ring of Honor. It's still makeshift, and it is what it is. Like, that's what I've been said about this. I told you, and I'm not backing down from this statement. I said it on the show already. Ring of Honor should have gone. Tony Khan should have let it go. He decided not to. Nobody cared. Unfortunately, something tragic happened to a big Ring of Honor wrestler. It brought eyes to the promotion again. So they capitalized. And it is unfortunate that's how that happened. And now we're here still riding the momentum of we got people paying attention because we lost such a big player in this organization that now we're supposed to believe that magically they're going to be put together. AEW is not fully put together. I'm not going to believe Ring of Honor is fully put together, but they're carrying this momentum, and I'm not buying it. I haven't changed what I already said. I'm not doing it. You're not gonna, like, you really have to. The consistency has to be crazy for Ring of Honor for me to take back what I said, and make me a believer. I believe the card tomorrow is going to be fire, but let's see it.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I can't watch it live because of course we do this, but I will watch the playback. And I'm just going to say this. I love what they're doing with Ring of Honor. Absolutely love what they're doing with Ring of Honor. However, and I don't see anything wrong with, what led up to the card. However, this right here is just, out of all the matches, I just don't get it. Like, I could have seen like a couple of different people they could have put them on for trios. You could have had Shane Taylor Productions. Sorry, I keep saying Productions. Promotions. I wouldn't mind them being 6-man tag champs again. If you're just going to
give AR Fox a title because he's hot. In Grand Metalik, it don't matter how people feel about. He's hot. He's actually one of the top luchadors in the world. Actually, at the moment, like
Metalik,
he doesn't get the credit he deserves. Metalik is a top luchador, bro.
See, I didn't know that.
He was called King of the Luchadors at one time when the luchas at the WWE. Yeah, he was like king of the luchas when he first came into the cruiserweight division. Metalik, I think that's what Metalik means, like king, like Grand Metalik, like the King of Kings type thing. Like that's what he is.
I'm gonna look it up. And then last but not least, the main event, which is going to be something that's been 15 years in the making. Claudio Castagnoli, I said his name completely wrong. C-Squared versus Eddie Kingston. Now, prior to this, we heard that Eddie had COVID. Hopefully, he's cleared and ready to go for tomorrow. Who do you guys have winning?
Claudio.
Trick question.
Claudio's not losing to Eddie Kingston. Period.
Claudio.
I'm gonna go with my guy from Queens. We're going with Eddie Kingston in this shit. All right, let's go, Eddie.
I'm glad. I'm glad y'all are going with Eddie because Eddie is so marketable. He is so marketable.
Where
I'm gonna stick with Claudio.
Where on Fantasy Island does Eddie Kingston ever beat Claudio Castagnoli? Like
he can beat him, but where does he beat him? Where does he beat him for a top title?
No.
For a promotion that is trying to like become something.
To head up a promotion, it's not gonna happen.
Never.
Eddie should win it, but something tell me he ain't gonna win it.
I love that Eddie has all of this fan support because
it's just it's a feel-good moment for Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Why not?
Dude,
why
we
not?
all love Eddie, but let's be real here.
We're being real.
Yeah, he's losing. Next.
Okay. So next, let's just go down. WrestleMania.
This is why we're here, baby.
Let's do this.
WrestleMania goes Hollywood this Saturday and Sunday. And just a preview of what it actually is going to look like. There you have the stage right there. They actually went with the whole actual movie set style. Like an award show with the steps. I hope that they don't have to really walk down those steps. And that's going to be weird.
Dude, the thing about WrestleMania is the entrance ramp is like 90 yards long. So the entrances are super long.
I know. It reminds me of your hairline. So, Saturday, night one.
That was funny.
This is easy. Let's not do this.
This is weird. So I don't know what's supposed to be the main event.
John Cena and Austin Theory are kicking off WrestleMania. They already told us that. So the main event is the top of the card: Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley.
Okay. So John Cena and Austin Theory. Who do you guys have?
Theory, obviously.
Go. That's a good Spanish translation.
Thank you. All right. So who you got?
Theory.
Let's make this easy. Oh no, you can put it back up. We're not doing all this because we're gonna try to talk about. There's gonna be a lot of biased statements, so we're just gonna do predictions tonight because we're not doing this. I'm going with Theory. I'm going with Rhea. I'm going with Sammy and Kevin, Becky, Seth, Dom. Unfortunately, Braun Strowman and Ricochet.
Oh God! All right.
I'm going Braun, Ricochet, Dom, Seth, Becky and Lita, Sammy, Kevin, Rhea, and Theory.
I'm going with Cena, Rhea, Sammy and Kevin, Becky and Lita with Trish possibly turning on them, Seth Rollins, Rey Mysterio, Street Profits.
I would love Trish to turn on Becky and Lita and set up Trish versus.
I'm gonna say this like this: the only way I'm going with Dom is if he comes out like this.
I'm sure Dom's entrance is going to be all types of disrespectful, and that's exactly why Dom should win. His heat is going to be extraordinary. We are watching this man's career really start. Like, I love it.
Well,
We always want new talent, but then we try to bury new talent before they pop. And I don't know why we do that.
Dominic Mysterio has been storyline wise and just the way that he carries himself
Extraordinary.
one of the best characters in WWE in the past few years.
If you don't believe it, go see him in the yard. Go see him in the yard.
Bro, he's been to prison, bro.
Go see him in the yard.
Dom knows what time it is.
Just like his dad was the giant killer.
Let's see him go to the yard. I'll fight him and see if he survives for 30 seconds.
I'm saying, go ahead, bro. If you want to fight Dom, go ahead.
And when I hurt y'all favorite heel, don't say nothing.
Yeah, if you want to fight Dom, go ahead, bro. That's your funeral. That's on you.
My funeral, I would pound his face
That's on
in.
you.
Don't do that.
Hey, well, yo, Dom's legit, bro.
Thank you. Y'all get it. No, Dom, listen, bro.
Dude, Dom is doing some of the best heel work we've seen in a long time. The Dom versus Ray storyline is so captivating, so incredible.
Night 2. Okay, we're gonna start from the bottom up on night 2. We'll make this real simple. First match, we all know Ronda and Shayna are taking that because Ronda. Next match, I'm gonna go with Omos. Then I'm gonna go with Edge.
Brood Edge?
Yeah.
This is probably his last match.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Edge. And then I'm gonna go with Sheamus, Bianca, and Roman.
What?
All right.
Hold up! Whoa! Really?
So we're gonna go put the picture back up. Ronda and Shayna, obviously. We're gonna go Lesnar over Omos, obviously. We're gonna go Finn Balor over Edge. We're gonna go Sheamus on the IC title match. We're gonna go Bianca, and we're gonna go with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Okay. I'm obviously going to go for Ronda and Shayna. I'm going for Almost a Wrestler. I'm going to go with Brood Edge only if Christian's there. Gunther's going to retain. Bianca should beat Asuka. And I just got to put the one up. Bloodline, baby.
By the way, Jaquez was never a fan of the Bloodline until Roman Reigns was going against Cody.
Why are you lying to our fans? Because I've always been a Roman guy, even when you guys were hating him.
You were rooting for Sammy a month ago, bro.
I did, and I still am. You want to know why? Because Sammy should have been where Cody is right now. But you know what? Because of prior promises, he gets the easy pass.
Wait. Hold up. Sammy should be where Cody is right now.
Yes.
If Sammy should have been where Cody is right now, he would be. Stop that. Relax.
No, he wouldn't.
Cody is exactly where he deserves to be.
Cody does not deserve anything. Just because you like the man does not mean that he deserves shit.
Next story.
Yes, next story. I am currently looking for a third co-host for the show because some people are going to end up getting fired for shit takes.
How? What shit takes?
You saying that Cody deserves this?
Y'all made it through this, y'all. I'm hoping that for my sake, because y'all thinks he's getting tormented when it's truly me, that whatever happens after this, I never have to hear Cody and Roman in the same show at the same time ever again.
Until SummerSlam.
I am fully over it. Like
until SummerSlam.
Absolutely done. So
until SummerSlam.
I don't want this feud to ever happen again. Ever.
Real quick. Y'all thought about the go home show for Raw? Because the only thing that stood out to me.
Great promo. Austin Theory with an awesome promo.
The empty arena promo.
Awesome.
Dude, when I saw that promo, I was like, it brought me back to COVID wrestling, and I got scared. But it was a very good promo. The promo was great, and we'll give Theory props because Theory is up against a lot of pressure. Even if he wins, which I think he will, he's up against a lot of pressure facing John Cena. John Cena is.
By the way, when Theory wins, everything I said about Theory would have not just been true. It would have actually happened before our eyes. You're welcome.
I'll give you that because I'm not a Theory fan, but I do want him to win.
Also, too, I'm not a big Theory fan either because I think he's very vanilla.
Because I said, shut up.
I didn't say it because you said it. When do I ever agree with anything that you say?
I disagree with most of the shit that I say just to fucking try to get on my nerves. But continue.
I think Theory is very vanilla, so I think
you need another word.
Theory is plain. Theory is regular. Theory is más o menos at best. I think that after beating John Cena, how is Theory going to get over after beating John Cena? That's the question. Does he get over on the Monday after beating John Cena? And my answer is probably not. That's why I'm worried about Theory, because nothing about Theory screams superstar.
Nothing about Raw screamed anything except getting me upset about Cody being Solo Sikoa.
It's not true that nothing about Austin Theory screams superstar. It's nothing about it screams superstar to you. And you said you're sort of a fan, which means you still kind of like him. So I don't understand the energy. I am not a fan of Austin Theory, but I'm also not a hater. Austin Theory's always had the look. He's always had the potential. He's in the place because he has that. The same way you said if Sammy had it, he'd be where Cody is. It's the same thing I'm saying about Austin Theory. If anybody else had it, they'd be what Austin Theory is. And they don't.
Theory has the look and has the potential, but he doesn't have an it factor about him.
The potential is his it factor. His it factor is what got him to where he is. He is exactly the prototype superstar WWE builds all the time. They look for Austin Theories every year. Randy Orton is an Austin Theory. John Cena is the Austin Theory. All these people are Austin Theories. Hulk Hogan is the first Austin Theory. They are all Austin Theories. It is genuinely the prototype.
So I just found out apparently that ROH has just debuted a brand new world title.
Oh, good for them.
You know what I'm saying? So they're going all out for tomorrow's show.
That's all I ask for. That's all I ask for. Consistency.
You know what I'm saying? Which I'm going to give them their props. They're definitely going to go all out for it. And apparently, breaking news: the streak is over. Timothy Thatcher defeats Josh Barnett and becomes the first man.
Oh, I was going to watch that after the. I'm done with this show. Final thoughts.
I didn't know. My bad. I'm sorry. Let me not read anything else. I'm not gonna ruin anything else. My bad. Real quick, Dynamite. It won't be done. Yeah, because I know somebody wants to talk about something.
I'm gonna wait for my final thoughts to talk about my favorite wrestler, Jack Perry.
What you want to talk about? Listen, I'm sorry, man. I did my bad.
Jack Perry is my favorite wrestler. He has chops on the microphone and in the ring. The more and more they give him the time, the more he's going to show that. He's going to continue to have haters like Dark Kent that I guess don't think he's good or something like that. I don't really quite get it.
I've never spoken bad about Jack Perry once in my life.
You had him number 4 under all the rest of the pillars.
No,
you had him number 4.
I had him over. No, I had him over Guevara. So stop it. Fact, I had him over Guevara.
We all had Darby last.
That's not where Darby's supposed to be.
I had Guevara last.
No, Darby should be there.
You're hating on Guevara because he's taking the girl that you actually want. That's the only reason why you hate Guevara.
No, Guevara's
we already know that.
Guevara's a much better wrestler than his wife.
MJF.
Why are you being mean?
MJF,
Because you just ruined my whole show for me.
I'm sorry, bro. I didn't know. You should have said something.
I said I was going to watch MLW tonight. I said I was watching it. You want to tell me who won? You want to tell me how long it took Dean Ambrose to bleed tonight? Because he was Dean Ambrose tonight. I'm pretty sure he wore fatigue pants. Did he bleed?
You know what? All right. I'm going to tell you right now what happened.
No, I don't want you to tell me nothing. I want you to tell me nothing. Dynamite was cool. Dynamite next week is going to be better. There you guys have it. Thank you for tuning in to our show. This is the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast.
Yo! So y'all don't want to talk about that beatdown. That fucking beatdown the Hangman got. By the way, Don Callis was legitimately busted open last night. They bust his face open, bro. Crazy.
It worked. It worked well for the storyline, though. So he's alive.
I was hyped as hell because we got Devil Sky. You know what I mean? And they jumped the shit out of him, but this was the biggest shocker.
Everybody loves heel Daniel Bryan.
I definitely do, but I wasn't expecting it. I can tell you that much. A lot of people swore up and down that he was going to come back and be like he doesn't agree with this stuff. We saw him basically help Kenny up, and then we saw the swerve when he gave him the fucking knee. And then they all just jumped the shit out of Kenny while he was by himself.
I knew better than that. It's Kenny Omega.
Now, here's my thing.
With Kenny Omega out of nowhere. That's too weird for the story.
So here's my thing. If this is going to lead to a blood and guts type match,
it is.
All right. The Elite can no longer even compete with each other because Matt's hurt.
He's gonna be fine. He's gonna do the match.
He'll definitely
wait. He might not. However, I do have two people, if not, that can replace one, but maybe two spots. If neither of the Young Bucks can wrestle. You should know who that is. You know who it is.
I don't. Because it's going to be the Elite, so I have no idea who you're about to say.
Technically, he was part of the Elite.
Hangman's
already there.
Hangman's already there. There's only one other person that Kenny can trust that's not the Bucks, and it's not Adam Cole. We know it's not Jay White, so don't think about Jay White either. It should not be this difficult.
I know you're not thinking Kyle O'Reilly.
That would be for Adam Cole. No. His golden lover.
Oh, no.
Kota Ibushi.
This is fantasy booking.
Kota Ibushi or Konosuke Takeshita.
This is fantasy booking.
But the thing about Konosuke is, what if he's the one that took out the Bucks on behalf of Don Callis?
Nah.
I wouldn't put it past him. Remember, he's been recruiting him. He's been recruiting him this whole time.
I feel like you're booking better than what's bigger than what's in front of you.
I feel like I'm booking better than Tony Khan right now.
Definitely.
But all right, guys, fine. We'll get to the final thoughts. Because I can't think of anything else to talk about when it comes to Dynamite last night. I mean, it was all good, right? Kenny Omega versus Jeff Cobb was good until he got the shit beat out of him. Adam Cole and Daniel Garcia definitely delivered.
Willow look like a superstar?
Mm-hmm.
Willow did not look like a superstar.
Mm-hmm. Orange Cassidy looked like a star.
He's on the roll.
He actually did. He is a star in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
He's over.
I like the fact that Jimmy Hayter chased the Outcasts. Okay,
that was funny.
You know what I mean? The boys in Dalton Castle got pretty much beat the shit out of. But yeah, let's start with you, Dark Kent, Bald Heyman.
It's almost time for Sunday. all the shit that I've been talking comes to fruition this Sunday. Cody Rhodes captures the title, or else everything I say is basically bullshit. So I want to thank everyone for listening. Make sure to download every single one of All-Star songs because they're all great. This weekend is, it's the culmination of a lot of things. I appreciate everybody at the Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast.
Get it right.
Ja, we are best friends. Well, after Cody wins, I'm going to call you. We're going to have a nice little talk. But, dude.
You guys will.
We definitely will.
I will be at work, so I will actually be missing this WrestleMania. I will be blocking everybody. I do not want anybody to contact me.
I'm telling you. I am telling you exactly what happens at WrestleMania. I'm pulling up. You might want to turn off the chat. I am telling you.
Why?
No, right now.
Just because I accidentally ruined Bloodsport. It was an accident.
At least two matches. I'm telling him the winner of.
You act like I told you who won the Moxley match.
I don't know what two it's gonna be. I'm gonna make it up. I'm just gonna make them up. I don't know what two matches yet. I don't know what matches I'm gonna tell him, but I'm gonna tell him.
That's rude. That's rude.
So it's 53. 54 is going to be even better. Let's go, Cody. Love you guys. Next week.
Mr. All-Star, it's your turn.
Yes. Stand and Deliver is on Saturday. Shout out to NXT. I'm going with Waller over Johnny Gargano. For those who don't know how I feel about Johnny Gargano, I feel he's stupid. I feel everything about him is stupid. And he should have pretended to be hurt until Tommaso wasn't hurt. And then they could be a tag team again. He comes across as lame, and he's not a lame person, so it's sad that he comes across as such. And the women's, now I think it's a 6-way match since Roxanne is back. I am going to have to go with Statlander. Yeah, I'm gonna go Statlander on that one. Didn't think I would do that. I'm going with that. And the NXT match, I'm going with Dragon Lee. NXT.
Wait, who's Statlander?
Christine Statlander.
Who's Christine Statlander?
Okay, thanks. And the and the men's NXT North American Championship match, I'm going with Dragon Lee. I think it'd be crazy if they did anything else. And the triple threat tag team match, I'm gonna go with the Creed brothers because they're my favorite tag team in NXT. And the whole fake Bray Wyatt dude versus Chase U, I'm definitely going with the fake Bray Wyatt dude. Only
Don't
because
Tiffany Stratton?
Yeah, only because it's my fault, Stratton. Thank you. Only because I'm going with the Colt only because it's the Rock's daughter's first match, and I think they're gonna give it to her. And of course, I want Carmelo Hayes to beat whatever dog face dude's name is. Yeah, Yahil, that's what I'm talking about. But I don't think that she will. I think Braun Breaker's still gonna win, and that upsets me. Anyway, follow my music. Everybody, please make sure you follow Jaquez and send him all the results for the matches. He needs to be kept in the loop. He's not able to see anything. So everybody. Yes, for those who came back in tonight, we're asking everybody to please keep Ja updated. Go to his page, leave status updates, let him know what exactly happened. I need heel, tag him in every podcast. Like as soon as somebody wins, one and only, as soon as somebody wins, make sure you run the Ja's page. I want y'all to do that for every event because he has to work this weekend, and we don't want him to miss a thing. For every event. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
I'm just gonna let you fucking know. It's on, okay? It's on. Whatever show you like, I'm going to spoil it for you. Since you sending threats at my direction, okay?
Every event. He wants
every event.
He loves show. Like starting tomorrow night, Ring of Honor Supercard. He's gonna be on his way to work. Y'all send him, be like, oh, so and so won. Like, tell him. Like right now, Impact is on. If y'all are watching, please tell me who won. Like right now, like just if anybody happens to be watching Impact, we want to know. Ja needs to know everything. Don't hold back. I'm so like, please, everything. Just go. Thank you.
My final thoughts. Middle finger, Dark Kent. Middle finger, Jared All-Star. Middle finger, his beard. Middle finger, his chain. Middle finger, his ponytail. All right? Yeah, middle finger, your ponytail. All right? I ain't taking nothing you say seriously with your Pebbles haircut. All right? I just want to let y'all know. I appreciate everybody for tuning in every week.
I'll personally tell him 3 matches. Y'all hold off on 3. I'll let y'all know which matches I tell him so y'all could tell on the rest.
At the end of Snowfall, Franklin dies. Anyway, so I'm just going to...
You know that.
I'm not a fan of Snowfall.
I don't watch it either. I'm waiting to Power Ghost come out tonight, so I'll be watching that. You know what I'm saying? And I got to finish the rest of this week's Bel Air episode. But yeah, man, WrestleMania this weekend, guys.
R.I.P. Jerome.
I don't even know who Jerome is, but you want to know something?
R.I.P. Jerome.
Hold on. I am going to say this though. Last year around this time, we actually had to postpone the show due to a loss that I suffered, and I just want to say this early for tomorrow because it would actually be the year anniversary since I lost my boy, my brother. So I just want to say, rest in peace to him. WrestleMania weekend is very difficult for me since last year, and losing him, being a fan of wrestling in general right now has been very difficult for me, and getting closer to this time, it's just, I don't know. I'm just trying to enjoy it as much as I can. So I just want to give a major shout out to my brother Ralph, and just want to say that I miss him, and that I am going to try my best to enjoy all the wrestling festivities for him this weekend.
R.I.P. Ralph.
You know what I mean? One of my biggest supporters throughout anything that I've done, whether it's been the music or the podcasting or, just different jokes. I mean, we have April Fools coming up. I'm definitely going to try to pull some, Katie Vick jokes for him. So. With that being said, I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. It's Jaquez, the Wolfpack Podcast, Jared All-Star, Dark Kent, Dark Cunt, whatever you want to call him.
Enjoy your WrestleMania. Don't forget to let John know what's going on at every event this weekend, y'all. If you don't follow him, make sure you follow him.
If you guys try to let me know what's going on this weekend, I will block you from my podcast, from my page, from my Instagram.
Y'all just heard this man talk about how much he needs our support. Let's show him how much.
Let's know what's going on.
Don't post or send me nothing.
Y'all do that.
You guys will be fired.
Wolfpack Wrestling Podcast. Ain't nobody afraid of no pink slip. Let's get it.
You're fired.
Bye.